How's it going, Talk Forest TV? My name is Jack and welcome to my preview for Nottingham Forest versus Everton at Goodison Park this coming Saturday. So yeah, Forest obviously off the back of a historic first win back at the City Ground for 23 years in the Premier League. A 1-0 win against West Ham. We did have to ride our luck at times, but I think a really good display from the boys. I think we deserved probably to win it. West Ham did have their chances, did have the ball in the back of the net. We had the ball in the back of the net twice. Both sides having one goal disallowed. Dean Henderson coming up clutch with a big penalty stop. Yeah, I think we played well in that one, and we're going to have to play well again. But you know what? I can really see us getting something from Everton. I feel like they're a team who are really struggling. Everton, you know, first two games of the season, 1-0 loss to Chelsea, 2-1 loss to Aston Villa. They're a side that aren't going to really be in too much confidence. They're going to be kind of licking their wounds, feeling a little bit sorry for themselves. So, you know, I am feeling confident about this one. And if you'd offered me 6 points from the first 3 games, I would have snapped your hand right off. From the first 5 games, I'd snap your hand off. The first month of the season, if I could have, pardon me, the first 5 games of the season, first month of the season, if you could have offered me 6 points, I would have taken it in a heartbeat. And to beat Everton, we can get that, and that would be brilliant. You know, I think Everton are a side who, they're a weird team because they've got some good individuals, but as a group don't really work well together for whatever reason. Their defence has been really shoddy of late. They have strengthened it a bit. They brought in James Tarkowski on a free from Burnley. And sort of, if you look at the midfield, they brought in that new lad Onana, who a lot of people have ranted and raved about. McNeil out wide on the left. They've got a good side. They've added some good additions, but I just feel like we can go out there and get all 3 points. They haven't got that threat up front in Dominic Calvert-Lewin, as he's obviously injured at the moment. They've been playing Anthony Gordon through the middle. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's a winnable match. You know, if we can continue where we left off against West Ham and play a game of similar standard to that, similar sort of desire, hunger, that sort of thing, then I don't see why we can't go out and get all 3 points. You know, I'm really looking forward to it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there, but I'm really looking forward to seeing how the game pans out, seeing what happens. You know, I think it's a really exciting one, and one where I think it's a real opportunity for us to build on it and get our first points of the season away from home. Obviously, Newcastle, it wasn't the best performance by any stretch of the imagination, but to play like we did against West Ham, we're now going to be a team with our tails up, full of confidence, and I see us going into this game against Everton and really stamping our authority and not sort of being afraid. You know, okay, there's going to be a bit of an atmosphere, it's a bit of a cauldron, is Goodison Park when it's full flowing. When it's not, it can be quite toxic. So hopefully we kind of see the toxic side of things and it affects players. But yeah, I do think that we can get all 3 points and you know, really show what we're about in this game. I think it's going to be difficult to try and work out the sort of starting 11. I would have said go for, you know, full team that we played against West Ham, but then we brought in the likes of Gibbs White today. It's been announced. I think we may have overpaid for him slightly, but English tax and one thing and another. It's the man that Cooper wanted, so fair enough. Emmanuel Dennis, £20 million, brilliant bit of business, that one. Really excited to see how he works. But will that mean Johnson gets dropped? I don't think Awoniyi will get dropped after that performance against West Ham getting the goal. Will Lingard be dropped for Gibbs White? Maybe Freuer, is that his name? The Swiss guy coming in midfield? I don't know. It's healthy position competition. I do kind of think Emmanuel Dennis will start, but for who, I don't know. Whether he'll go sort of 3 across the front, maybe Lingard, Awoniyi and Dennis, or Johnson, or it could be a combination, you know, front 2 of any of Dennis, Awoniyi, Johnson. I don't think Zorge will start, but I think it'll be any one of those, any 2 or any one of those 3, depending on what he goes with. I do expect it probably to be a strike partnership, so it'll be any of those 2. I'd expect. It's a difficult one because you say, you know, Johnson is probably the man that would be dropped for Dennis, but Johnson's been so reliable for us, and you know, he got a goal, but it was allowed against West Ham. So I don't know. It's a tricky one. It's a difficult one. I'm not too sure who he will go with, but for me, I'm going to kind of go unchanged. I think you kind of have to after a performance like that. You know, the way that they played and sort of the partnerships and what I think. O'Brien and Mangala look really good. Match of the Day 2 did a really good piece on them about how one goes, one drops in. They're not afraid to be a bit stretched because the other one sort of has the awareness of knowing where to go and things like that. It was really, really smart of the two, and I'm really looking forward to sort of seeing how the partnership they build up. You know, we're looking at Houssem Aouar as well from Lyon. I don't know whether that will come and disrupt that a little bit. You know, as much as I love to see us getting in these signings and players of quality, and I trust Cooper, I trust Murphy, didn't ever get me wrong, but I sometimes see we sort of bring a player in and I'm there thinking, do we need him? Like, we're looking at Odriozola from Real Madrid, and I'm like, we've already got 2 right wing backs. Do we need a third? You know, you look at the midfield, we've already got 4 midfielders, you know, 4 good quality midfielders. You know, you look at Yates, O'Brien, Freuer, and Mangala, don't forget we've got Cafu as well. So that's 5 central midfielders. Do we need a 6th in Houssem Aouar? I know it's a brilliant signing, but do we need him? I don't know. You look at, like, I mean, I see Gibbs White. Do we need Gibbs White? We could do with another attacking midfielder, but do we need someone of Gibbs White's sort of stature? Maybe we could go someone a bit cheaper, but to play backup. But I don't know. It's what Cooper and Murphy are after. It's what they want, and fair play. You know, I don't have any reason not to trust him. You know, my friend asked me, why do I believe in Cooper so much? He hasn't done anything wrong. Like, there's nothing that he's done that I look at and think, that gives me a reason not to trust him. You know, I don't doubt Cooper or Murphy, because everything they've done has come to a very good end. You know, not, I wouldn't say maybe everything, but I think, you know, in terms of transfer windows, I think maybe every player we bought in, bar maybe Laya, under Cooper, has been a really good bit of business. You know, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see sort of how it works out, how it pans out, who plays where and who plays in front of who. But it's really good to have such a squad of so much competition. You know, you'll be lucky to have Johnson or Dennis. You'll be lucky to have Ramon Fleuer or O'Brien, you know, to have sort of Biancon or Williams, and we've got them both, you know, Lingard or Gibbs White, we've got them both. So yeah, it's really exciting to sort of see how things pan out in that way. If I had to go with a scoreline, I'm going to go with Forest 2, Everton 1. I've just got a feeling that we're going to do it. You know, we won't be wearing this kit that's too close to the Everton kit. Maybe we'll see our yellow kit in action, probably not. I don't know, actually. Would that work? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, just quick note on this. I really like this. I know it looks like a coach seat, but I really like it. I think it's really smart. And, you know, I was kind of a bit like, oh, why aren't we having a sponsor? You know, it looks a bit weird, but I quite like it, you know. Yeah, I think it looks pretty decent without one, but we'll see what happens on that front. But yeah, anyway, yeah, 2 on Forest for me. Let us know down in the comment section down below who you think will start. In terms of goal scorers for me, I'm going to go with Jesse Lingard, and I'm going to go with Emmanuel Dennis on his debut. So yeah, let us know down in the comment section who you think will score, what you think the score will be, who you think will line up, and yeah, how you think the game will pan out. If you did enjoy, smash the like button, subscribe to Talk Forest TV if you haven't already, and come on, you Reds.